Hello guys, today we're going to be doing a video on Dying Light 2 with the GTX 1060. We're running a Ryzen 3700X with 32 gigs of RAM, running at 3200 MHz. Let's jump into the setting. We're on the low preset. I've FOV turned to the lowest just to get a little bit more FPS out of the card. I also tried playing at nighttime versus daytime just to see what FPS difference we got. We had a 2 or 3 FPS difference between daytime versus nighttime. So it was nothing big. Oh yeah, I also tried playing the game in borderless versus full screen, and that was a 1 FPS difference. So I am playing in full screen mode just because. I will turn on FSR. I'm gonna go ahead and do it right now. The quality is slightly lower than native, but it's not that bad. Come on, you can do it, land. I don't think we'll be putting FSR to lower than quality. Quality is pretty much as low as you want to go with 1080p, because even that balance, the game just becomes a blurry mess. So I'm only gonna be sticking to I'm only gonna be sticking to the quality preset. Let's go ahead and jump into medium settings. We are getting 40 FPS. The game looks super crisp compared to FSR. But let's get to the rooftop so we can get an accurate reading. But I got a feeling I'm going to be getting dips into the 30s for sure, at medium. And the aiming is kind of... The camera turning feels kind of laggy a little bit, but the game itself was fine. We haven't, I was gonna say we haven't dipped below 40 yet, but we just did it. We hit 39. The problem is we're playing at 40 FPS as the FPS spikes and the FPS drops. Because as we were doing the wall run there, the wall climb, our FPS jumped up to 60 for a split second, and then we came over the wall and we had a massive jump into the 40s. So we can definitely feel that when it's happening, and kind of ruins the experience. But you can just cap the FPS, then you won't be getting those spikes. Okay. The visuals look fine. Surprisingly, it looks better than it did in low, on the lowest setting. And the performance, we're getting 60 FPS so far on these rooftops. Let's go ahead and jump off. Hey, grab it. Oh. Zombies here. What are you doing? Get up. What? My guy's trolling. Let's go. FPS seems to be holding above 60. Look at distance, should give us a good drop. Yeah, 59. It's actually pretty great. And the quality looks pretty good as well. I can't really complain about this quality. We get a slight blur in the distance, but it's nothing that big of a deal, I would say. Anti-aliasing we're gonna keep off, or low I mean. Contact shadows we're gonna have off. These are the 3 things we're gonna keep off, the rest we're gonna keep default. Let me scroll down just so... So one thing that I've realized with DX12 versus DX11 is that GPU usage with DX12 is maxing out at 100%. It was literally just capped 100% the whole time, while DX11 sits around 94%, 95%. Sometimes will be up to 97%. But DX11 is a smoother experience. Like, we don't get any macro stuttering, any lagginess in the frame time itself. While DX12 is all over the place, the frame time is jumpy. It's stuttering every second. It's very unplayable. So, even though we get a high GPU usage out of DX12, it's best to keep it down to DX11. Let's go turn FSR on. Okay, we gained a 17 FPS boost. The game feels fine. It doesn't feel as, the camera doesn't feel as laggy as it did before. But yeah, it doesn't look as crisp. All around, no. Okay, I can't make that up. Oh, that was nice. It was a fluke, but it was nice. Oh god, what am I doing? I think there's no point in, like, the high preset is pushing it a little too far. Medium is really a true. Medium is the real. It's the real sweet spot for this game, I think. Because you can hold 60 FPS for the most part with FSR on medium 1080p. But at high settings, even though we turned a couple of the settings off. Yeah, I was gonna say, even if we turn, even though we turned a couple of settings off on high, we still were running at 30 FPS, which is fine if you got a controller or something like that, and you have your FPS capped to 60. I mean, not 60. You have it capped to 30. I mean, it's definitely playable, but why play at 30 when you can play at 60? Alright, that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. If you did, give it a like, and a subscription would be highly appreciated. See you next time.